Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Kelly. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here in your beautiful home, Casa Tamarindo.
Welcome to paradise. That's what we call it. So
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I saw the listing and I saw the pictures, but when I came here a couple of days ago with my client to do the showing, and I actually saw what you guys made here, I was impressed. So thank you for having me here today and giving me the chance to tell other people how you made it, how you got to where you are, what was your purpose, what you guys are doing here. So please give me a little bit. Where are you from? When did you buy Tamarindo? What happened?
well, like I said again, welcome and thank you for coming over today. This journey started, we started coming to Vallarta. My husband, Tom, and I, we've been together 27 years. We started coming to Vallarta probably 10, 11 years ago. And we fell in love the very first time we saw the city. It was something magical, you know. Everybody says there's something magical here.
Yeah.
The magic bit us on the first trip. So when we first started coming, it was like we would come once a year, then we started coming twice a year, then 3 times a year. And then we started thinking about, well, maybe we should get a condo here. You know, some of our friends have condos here and everybody loves Vallarta. And so we looked at maybe getting a condo. So we started searching for condos. And we searched for years. I mean, we would come down for vacations and we would look at condos and look at houses and stuff, and nothing ever really felt right to us. But in the meantime, Tom and I both have been in corporate America for 30 years. We were both getting really burnt out. We were in our 50s. We really thought retirement was going to be our 60s. But we were just at a point where we just couldn't do it anymore. It felt like it was sucking the life out of us.
I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way.
And then we stumbled on Casa Tamarindo. Like I said, our agent at the time showed us the house, and they showed us, and we came up here and we saw the city and we fell in love. And we had been running an Airbnb in Austin, where we're from originally. We're from Austin, Texas. We lived in Austin for 13 years. But we were running an Airbnb. We had one Airbnb, just a small unit above our garage. That's sort of where we cut our teeth on the rental market as far as short-term rentals.
This is, back how many years ago?
Probably about 10 years ago in Austin.
Okay.
So the whole time we were in Austin property taxes were crazy expensive. So we actually had an Airbnb we used there to help us pay our property taxes. Of course, you come to Vallarta and they're a lot less than there are in the States, but
yeah.
Like I said, but we found Casa Tamarindo. The lady that owned the place, she really specialized in longer term rentals, and she only rented during high season. She's from Canada. She would leave and go back, and during the summer months she wouldn't rent. And so we fell in love with the place. We found it during a Thanksgiving holiday. We did some soul searching, went back, and we said we're gonna make an offer on it. And it just scared us to death, because it's like we had this corporate security. We'd always been with corporate jobs and all that stuff, and to walk away from all of it. But we said, you know, Tom and I are firm believers. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If things happen, if you're pushing too hard and it's not happening, then maybe that's not the right thing. But so we made an offer on Casa Tamarindo. We made it contingent on selling our home in Austin. We put our home for sale during Christmas and sold it in 3 days in Austin.
Yeah, when something is meant to be, it's meant to be, right?
That was like sign number 1. But we basically sold everything and moved down here and started Casa Tamarindo.
3 years ago,
3 years
right?
ago, yes.
Okay.
Yes. March 1st, 3 years ago, like I said, we started Casa Tamarindo, and we already had bookings. So the lady that we bought the house from had a couple staying here. So we immediately just had to jump in both feet and get things done. What we didn't really realize at the time is, you know, you sort of looked at it from the outside. You didn't look at it. Casa Tamarindo needed a lot of love. It needed a lot of love, like I said.
Well, it's not, I mean, what you guys did here is amazing. So I'm sorry to interrupt, because I have tons of questions. Did you do it yourself, or you got an interior designer? Who did you get?
We did most of the design work. We came up with the ideas and stuff, and then we hired local architects and designers and contractors and stuff to actually execute it. We did some painting ourselves, but basically we had to make over the entire place. We wanted it to be a true show place and not just a rooming house. We wanted it to be a guest house. We wanted it to feel like home. The previous owner had done some Mexican touches that we really appreciated, but we wanted to add the luxury to those touches, and we also wanted to add the infrastructure. We wanted to add, you know, heaters to the pool and air conditioning. The units were not previously air conditioned. You know, we had to upgrade all the appliances.
I see that you have the high-end appliances on everything, right?
We had to overhaul everything, but like I said, you know, I'll be honest with you, one of the things that really attracted us to Casa Tamarindo, Tom and I have always lived in up and coming neighborhoods. We're not afraid of up and coming neighborhoods because we realize that at the end of the day, those neighborhoods transform and they turn into places with coffee shops and fun. And the area that we looked at now, that we're in now, in our early days, we would have probably not even wanted to come to this area. But it's grown so much.
It's crazy.
The growth is crazy in Vallarta. So
I mean, I don't know if you guys can see how close we are to the Muertos beach, but basically it's a couple of blocks. I think if you go slow, you can get there in
it's
about
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Tom and I, we walk down all the time. Like I said, it's a 10-minute walk.
And you have the mercado on the left, the taqueteria. You have everything that you want. At the same spot. So
and we buy local. We take bags down with us and we local shop all the local merchants and stuff. We try to avoid the big box stores, and like I said, we love shopping local and we love knowing our neighbors and we love doing stuff in the neighborhood. It's easy. You can be sitting there in bed and decide, let's go to dinner tonight. You just do the 5 minutes, you're downtown. So
yeah, it's amazing. So I mean, we hear the construction next to us. You know what's gonna? Let me get to the point. Is this one of the reasons why you're considering selling it? Because that's something is coming up. I heard it's gonna be a couple of condominiums.
Yeah, there are some condos. There's condos going in across the street from us. There's condos going in the neighborhood.
Everywhere.
There's condos going in all over Vallarta. And it's one of the things that really doesn't scare us because we've done so many up and coming neighborhoods. For Tom and I, we're project people. So we've spent 3 years on Tamarindo, on Casa Tamarindo, and we've worked, we've done everything. We've got it now to where it's an income producing property. We do short-term rentals. We do a lot of business for our direct website. We do a lot of business on the platforms and stuff. I mean, a lot of our friends look at us and say, why are you guys wanting to get rid of Casa Tamarindo? And we ask ourselves, but we're also at that point in our lives, we've worked now for so many years. We're ready to start enjoying Mexico life. We want to go out and, Tom gets mad at me because I'm a control freak. So we have nobody that helps us. We do the cleaning, we do a lot of the maintenance. We're it, and it's just us.
Yeah, I can tell. It's tons of love in this place.
And if we want to plan a vacation, we have to plan it a year out because our bookings are so far out. I mean, right now we've got bookings into 2024. I mean, so it's crazy, our bookings. And so us running a guest house, we just can't up and leave. And I've never felt comfortable letting a property manager or having someone else do it. I've always wanted to control the guest experience. If you look at our reviews on the different websites and stuff,
and they are amazing. I mean, they're just. But you take care of every single detail. You enter to the unit and you see little chips, little cacahuates. I don't know what. I mean, you guys thought about everything.
Well, in our 27 years of being together, we've done a lot of Airbnbs and guest houses and bed and breakfast, and we've learned from the years of what works and what doesn't work. And to me, you get somebody that comes into Vallarta for the first time or maybe for the 10th time, and they show up, and if there's not somebody there to greet them, or they come inside and they don't know how to use things, and you have to call somebody that may or may not respond. And then sometimes there's a language barrier. I mean, Spanish is not everybody's first language. I mean, and you're so lucky because in Vallarta, so many people speak so much better English. I wish I could speak nearly the Spanish that everyone else speaks English. But Tom and I like greeting our guests. We like welcoming, like giving them our local tips, stuff that we've done. We're not, at the end of the day, we have to make money, but our focus is on guest experience. We want your experience in Vallarta to be just a perfect vacation. We try to do what we can do. There's a lot of things I have a little control over, but the things I can control, I do try my best to control for our guests. So I want them to have a good time.
So tell me about your experiences with the attorneys. If somebody is in the United States thinking of doing the same thing, buy Casa Tamarindo or whatever, start doing their Airbnb and start doing their thing. Did you have difficulties with this, or how did that? What's your experience about that?
You know what? It is so easy. We met some really good people. We have a local attorney that we use, and we also have a local accountant that we use, both of which who speak great English. Fortunately, like I said, much better than my Spanish, but they speak great English, and they helped us along the path. I mean, it really was. I mean, the closing of the house, the documents. We did everything pretty much online, sending stuff back and forth. We came down a few days before closing, toured the house, went to closing, but people held our hand the whole way through. I mean, people held our hand to go to the power company and change everything over to our name. We've met some wonderful people. I mean, we met contractors along the way. We've just met.
This is Vallarta, guys. I mean,
It truly is special. You know, we've always loved Mexico, but Vallarta is just different. The people here, they're loving, they're caring. All of our neighbors, it's like, you know, the Spanish we've learned from our neighbors, and we help teach them English, and they help teach us Spanish, and we all look out for each other. We're a community, we're a family. You know, we're not in the downtown condo part of Vallarta. We're more in a traditional neighborhood, and it's what we love about the neighborhood. I mean, it's just, you know, somebody's birthday party you get invited to, or somebody's having a baby and you get invited to a baby shower and stuff, and it's neat. We love immersing ourselves in the local culture. So
you're ready, as much as I'm hearing you're ready to give this whole package.
It is a turnkey package. Like I said, you know, one of the things that we also did as part of Casa Tamarindo is, before we bought it, there was really no online presence, there was no website, no marketing. We have logos developed. We really created a brand with Casa Tamarindo. We've worked hard on our branding through social media, through Instagram and Facebook, and that's really helped us drive a lot of our business. Probably, you know, I would say that over half of our business now is starting to turn direct. Like I said, when we first started in the early days, we focused on all the platforms, on the Airbnbs and VRBOs and Expedias and all the other different platforms. And, you know, after a while, you just start getting a lot of people that'll say, well, you know, we love you guys and we want to come back. And like I said, so you're fortunate, you start getting direct business and they refer people, and you get people to post on social media that I'm staying at Casa Tamarindo, having a good time. And all of a sudden you see, oh, Sammy was at your place last week and I want to come stay, and I'm his cousin.
And then you don't need anything anymore.
So yeah, they come to you. You know, it's really, you're fortunate. You meet a lot of good people along the way, and our guests are looking for a local traditional experience. They're not looking for a high-rise condo or an all-inclusive or whatever. They want to get in, and you know, the cool thing is, we probably have 8 guests that I can think of off the top of my head that have been here, fell in love, and they've now bought places around the area. And it's funny because they'll call and say, hey, we're going to be down, or we'll go to dinner with them and stuff. We've got a whole friend base of people that have done just what we've done. So, you know, Tom and I, you know, it ain't hard. It's one of those things I tell people. It's like, you know, you just got to do it. At the end of the day, you can wish it. And you know, wishing ain't gonna make it happen. Doing's gonna make it happen. And I promise you,
it's about everything, I guess.
It ain't hard because we figured it out. So
and you're planning to move out completely, or
yes. We will vacate the property. Like I said, the good thing is like I said, we've really over the last 3 years upgraded a lot of stuff in the property, and most everything stays with the property. The websites, you know, linens and stuff. We've got it now to where you can,
art as well, right?
Yes, most of the art stays with the home. We do have some pieces that are ours, and we have some decor that are ours that are moving, but all the furniture and stuff stays. So our goal would be to turn this over to somebody where they basically don't miss a beat. They can just take over everything and start from day one. And like I said, we are fortunate because we do have a bunch of listings. Like I said, right now we're full through going into May, and then we're full next year for the holidays, and then we've actually got bookings into 2024. So we people learn that, you know, if you like the place and you want to book it, a lot of our guests will say, oh, I'm going to book, you know, 2 years in advance with you. So we get a lot of advance bookings. So
that's amazing. Chuck, thank you so much. I mean, I'm impressed, guys, with this property, and please feel free to reach out to me. I'm super happy to share more information, numbers, history, whatever you need. And Chuck, thank you very much for having me here today and giving me your story. It's full of love. It's full of your experience, and I'm sure that the people appreciate it, and there are a lot of them out there who are thinking to do the same thing.
You know, it's one of those things. I think about my old days in corporate America, sitting there in a cube looking out of the window thinking there had to be something else.
Peace and love.
Yeah, there had to be something else to do. And you know what? I love getting up here in the morning. I look out over the city. I see the view. I see the ships coming in and stuff, and I hear the people laughing and stuff. And it's a different experience. I love it. You know, it truly makes life perfect. And Vallarta is a perfect place to have life. So
yeah, indeed. So Completely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Chuck.
you so much.
Okay. So, guys, if you would like to learn more, I'm super happy to show it to you. Reach out to me. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Ciao.